It's game time.
And we're back here inside the R&R Horton Sports Center Arena. Ian, a quick turnaround there from the girls' game.
Very
quick. 12 minutes between these two contests, but the Eagles have to be able to breathe a little bit. They've seen a lot of NAIA opponents to start this season, 12 in a row to start the year. The first NCCA opponent, the first non-scholarship opponent. Ian, that has to feel good if you're the Eagles.
Yeah, I think they're coming into the game very excited. As you mentioned, we had two tough opponents going in. And they weren't like blowout games, so we competed really well. So I really believe this is going to be either a close game or it's going to be a blowout for the Eagles.
The other night against Edward Waters College, Ian, a game that you did with me, the Eagles looked really good in that one. They lost by 56 over in Jacksonville, but that night, or on Thursday night, only losing by 18. It was the play of Will Higdon. He's got a fresh cut over there. We see that right here, but he had 18 in that game, a career high for him. He's really starting to find some opportunities on this Eagles team.
Yeah, and going into this game, Will is actually going to be one of the deciding factors in this game. Once again, we do have the size advantage, which is very rare for us, so I'd like to see them go inside the Will. And again, the aggressive play by guys like A.J. Ward, Lewis, and then CP as well. You know, I really believe that we can win this game.
And for Welch College, a talented team, they're coming into this game 0-3 on the season after playing a tough schedule early on. They're looking to get a victory today, so both teams, one of these teams will have a victory at the end of this game.
Yeah, one of the teams will have a victory. Both are winless right now. I think the Eagles might have an advantage of playing 12 games so far against their 3, so we'll see what happens later.
Looking forward to a great contest here this afternoon in the Nest as both of these teams go for their first victory of the season. We'll take a moment now to meet the Eagles, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more about what to expect in this one.
Welcome to the nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Today's game is between the PCC Eagles and Welch College. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the four core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the gift of health. We pray for the safety of the players, and may everything be done bring you glory. In Christ Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Today's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting today for Welch College, number 1, Spencer Smith. Number 3, Chance Pride. Number 12, Harrison Boyd. Number 20, Marlon Mitchell. Number 23, Yoshi Kendrick. Welch College is led by Coach Greg Ballbush. And now your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Starting today for the Eagles, a senior from Lagos, Nigeria, number 0, James Shotomu. A junior from Stark, Florida, number 2, Christian Porter. A sophomore from Pace, Florida, number 5, Austin Lewis. A sophomore from Pensacola, Florida, number 34, A.J. Ward. And the junior from Detroit, Texas, number 43, Will Higdon. The Eagles are led by Coach Mark Getch with assistant coach Marlon Gardner. Officiating for today's game are Brian Campbell, Solomon Banks, and Linwood Swim.
And we're back up an abbreviated start nonetheless. Ian, we wrapped up the girls game probably 14 minutes ago at this point, and get ready for another game of basketball, this one of the men's edition. And as we mentioned in the pregame, one of these teams going to walk away with their first victory of the season today, Ian.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting game for both teams. I'm guessing both coaches are looking for their first win, so both teams are definitely going to bring their all in this one.
We'll get to the starting lineups in a minute. Kendrick to jump it, and Higdon. Higdon, he's got that fresh cut coming off that 18-point performance on Thursday. Zero, it's Higdon and Kendrick, and the Eagles win the opening tip-off. The Eagles have Christian Porter, James Shotomu, A.J. Ward, Will Higdon, and Austin Lewis on the game. Here's Ward backing down. Higdon able to hang on to that one. Tried the fadeaway jumper. That one goes off the rim.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a tough game for Higdon. Looking at that 2-3, you know, they have some help on the defensive end for him. So that's a good answer for him. So I'm looking forward to see if he can answer back, or maybe some adjustment by coach. Shot on the way, and it's good by number 1, Spencer Smith. James with the inbound, back to Christian. To AJ, back to Christian.
Porter with the basketball now. Eagles continue to work it around. Porter with it up top. He's flanked by Spencer Smith. Smith, the leading scorer on this team for Welch College. A foul call now. It's going to go on Chance Pride, his first of the contest.
You know, one thing I just realized on that last play, they did a little pick and roll kind of situation, and Will was actually by himself in the lane just now. If the ref didn't call that call, it probably could have been 2 points for Will.
Porter inbounds the basketball from the sideline. Lewis nearly had it taken away as Pride got his hand in there. Fed inside, here's Higdon. May have got that one tipped from behind. Spencer Smith now pushing the basketball. He had a big game, 29 points the other day against Crowley's Ridge. He's the leading scorer on this team. Him and Marlon Mitchell do a lot of the scoring. They average a combined 42 points a game. Here's Smith now, his pull-up jumper. High off the top of the basket, and it goes down. Spencer Smith with 2 now, and this one tied up. Check that, that was for Welch. 4-0 Welch College. They feed it to Higdon.
Oh, you got to call that foul on that. There was a lot of contact on that play just now. A lot of contact. And you can see the frustration in Coach Getch's facial structure.
Smith's three-pointer misses as Lewis comes down with the rebound. Eagles have had a couple good opportunities inside. Shotomu drives and finishes that one. Blocking call. James Shotomu making moves. He drove hard at the defender, finishes it off the glass. Shotomu with 2, and he'll head to the free throw line. And I got to admit, sometimes they call those makeup calls right there. Yeah, Shotomu, that could have been a charge.
I was looking at that too. Maybe he was inside the restricted area on that one as well. And Welch is really looking to push the ball tonight, looks like.
Here's Mitchell now. His three-pointer misses. Pride down with the rebound. Another shot ringing out. This pace has been frantic here early on. Porter, though, coming away with the long rebound. Lewis fed backside. Ward. That one goes down. A.J. Ward. What a pass by Lewis. Let's see that one again. A threaded pass by Lewis. He found a cutting Ward. And that one bounces around and goes in. A.J. Ward to the free throw line after the make.
No, I spoke with AJ again before the game, and I told him, hey, I know before each game I've been telling you I want at least above 10 points per game. So I told him I want 10 points in the first, and now I want 10 points in the second. So maybe you'll show up more in the second as well in tonight's game.
Ward missing the free throw right there. Smith with the basketball at the top. Eagles in that 2-3 zone. We saw them in the other night. Mitchell, a good move, kickback to Smith. That one was a long 2, and Lewis came down with the rebound. Porter open now from distance. Just off the mark. Lewis, though, called for the over-the-back call.
Some iffy calls early on tonight.
Here's how I look at it, Ian. We're all trying to get used to 2021 at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
Mitchell now with it. Back outside. Here's Tannehill from distance. His three-pointer drops. Michael Tannehill with 3. The freshman averages a hair over 6 points per game. Lewis was yelling for timeout right there. And it looks like they are going to grant it. Head coach Mark Getch wanted to make sure that that timeout got called. Lewis was yelling out loud.
Really loud with the timeout. I'm surprised the ref didn't hear him.
Eagles get the timeout. They're going to keep the basketball 7-5 in favor of the visitors. We'll take a break. Seven 5 in favor of Welch College. .21 seconds as they reset the shot clock. Welch College leading this one 7-5. It's been Spencer Smith with 4 points in the early going. They've led to the advantage. Shotomu left wide open.
Yeah, I believe they had 1 second to get it over on that last play as the ref took the shot clock back down to 21.
Here's Ward now, his three-pointer from the corner, just off the mark, scramble for it. And it looks like the foul call gonna go on number 23, Yoshi Kendrick. The first foul on Kendrick. 2 fouls on Pride, 1 on Kendrick. They're trying to find Higdon inside, mismatch. Higdon backs him down and nearly had the 3rd and 1 opportunity for the Eagles. That foul also on Kendrick. That'll be his 2nd. And that'll certainly bring a substitution into the ball game. It looks like Eric Adams sitting down in front of us and Brian Ugaldi about to check in as well. Higdon at the free throw line, shooting 55% from the line this season. Gets the first to go. Will Higdon. He had 18 the other night. He's making his 4th consecutive start after not starting in his first 8 games of his career, but head coach Mark Getch going big and Higdon taking over in the starting lineup, really supplanting himself in that lineup. Higdon hits them both now. That free throw percentage continuing to climb for Will Higdon. A travel call there on Spencer Smith. The Eagles find themselves back tied now. A substitution now as Hunter Walker checks into the contest, the freshman from Sevierville, Tennessee. Seven to 7, Eagles trying to find an opening here on offense. They get it to Ward. He loves to turn downhill right here. He does that, driving. That jumper just short, but the Eagles got it back.
We got a fire right now, 4 seconds on the clock.
Lewis.
Deep 3.
Knocks it down, picking up his teammates right there. Austin Lewis, that one from way downtown.
See it again.
The shot clock was expiring or set to expire. Lewis knocking one down from a good 27 feet out.
And that's a good sign from him. You know, he's been a little off in the last 2 games, so that's a good, very good sign.
You mentioned being a little bit off. He failed to score 10 points for just the first time in his last 7 contests, with 9 against Edward Waters College on Thursday. Here's a jumper now. Adams knocks it down. 10-9 as these two teams go back and forth. Both teams trying to feel each other out here in the early going. Ward was looking for Porter to cut the other way, and that one passed straight into the Welch College bench. Mitchell now pulls up from distance. That one missing.
Good
backdoor cut by Ward. Got to the basket and got it to go. We've seen this the last couple of nights out of A.J. Ward, where he really gets going in a hurry. The biggest thing that we've talked about, though, is continuing to keep that intensity. He's got 4 in the early going. Here's a three-pointer on the other end. Missed, rebound by Walker. Mitchell dishing out to Kendrick. That three-pointer, actually, it's a 2. The VAR official signaling that his foot was on the line or just inside the three-point arc.
Good screen.
Lewis around the screen. Higdon can't get called for over the back when you're that tall. Ward driving, feeling inspired. A.J. Ward with 6. I love how the Eagles aren't settling for jump shots right now. They're driving the basketball inside, and they're finding success, Ian.
Yes, a lot of success, and they're really taking what the defense is giving them. Good wall up.
Mitchell looking for Walker in the corner. Back outside, here's Walker now from the short corner, hits it. Hunter Walker with 5. Walker on the season, that was his first made three-pointer. Double team now on Ward, a lot of respect from this Welch College Flames defense. Eagles trying to get the ball inside to Higdon. Ward able to do it, and that forces the foul call there on Kendrick. 3 fouls now on Kendrick. Smith back into the basketball game, driving and getting the layup to go, the runner. He's got 6. 16-14 as the Flames regain the lead. Eiffel came in at the last stoppage, Buckley as well. They've got a wide open Ugalde. The kick out, they work it around. Good catch there by Lewis. Reardon also into the basketball game for Welch. Eiffel driving, gave it to Ugalde. He uses the basket to shield the defender. Brian Ugalde picking up an early 2.
Great basketball move, great ball movement to start the game off.
Smith dishing. Here's the three-pointer by Walker. Reardon was battling for it, but Eiffel came down with it. Eiffel, he's going to be hard not to miss in those green shoes. His jumper misses. Smith quickly ahead of the pack. Pulled up, dished it off. Here's Reardon now. He hits the three-pointer. Grant Reardon, his first 3 of the contest and just his second 3 of the season. He's shooting 100% from there. Adams. That one off the side of the backboard. 19-16, and that'll bring Christian Porter back into the contest. Porter played a lot of minutes the other night. I was looking down, and he played well into the 30s in that contest against Edward Waters College. Porter able to split the defender. They gave it to Buckley, and he finishes it off the glass. Great job there by the big man.
You know, I like the style of play from the Eagles. You know, a lot of our plays are coming from assisted plays. which is always a good sign. There you can see it again.
Good closeout by Ugalde. Smith was thinking 3. Here's the shot. Adams, though, missing it. Eiffel got it. And Smith picking up the foul call in the backcourt.
That's one of those iffy plays, you know. You don't want to give him an easy bucket, but then your team is on the brink of being in a one-on-one situation, and you can see the frustration on his coach's face, so he's probably going to come into the game right now.
Foul on Smith put Eiffel at the free throw line. He made the front end of the 1-and-1. (19-19) here, just over 10 minutes to go in the first half. Eiffel hitting them both from the line.
You know, I believe they've been hearing us lately on the sidelines. They've really been hitting their free throws these last 3 games.
I heard a rumor the other night that there was some chuckling going on at the free throw line. I said out loud that Eiffel was only shooting 20%. He was only 1 for 5 on the season, but with this nearly empty arena in here, I think our voices carry a little bit, Ian.
Yeah, it does carry a little bit. They make a joke about that all the time.
I've never had anyone tell me that I am not loud.
If there's anything, they want you to be louder. But like you said, without the fans, the atmosphere just isn't the same. The Eagles look to break this press, and they do.
Able to get it across half court. Now they get into the offense. Eiffel continuing to work on Mitchell. Fed inside. Somehow Eiffel hung on to it, but they said he stepped on that baseline as he was touching the basketball. 2019 here, 9:35 to go in the first half. Both of these teams searching for their first victory of the season. For the Eagles, though, it's been a potential long time coming. A tough stretch of games to open the season. 12 consecutive games against NAIA opponents. I joked with head coach Mark Getch the other night that that'll probably never happen again.
Yeah, he's probably not going to make a schedule like that again. But a win going forward on a road trip games would definitely do the Eagles very good, as Ugalde score an easy layup on the other end.
Ugalde right there, able to kiss one off the glass. Eagles running in transition to perfection. Now a three-pointer on this side. It's Owen Bass. He's got 3 in the contest, and that knots this one back up at 22. Ugalde with 4 so far in the contest.
You know, something Coach may want to try is a 3-2 zone. The Welch College fans can definitely shoot the 3-ball. They've always been able to shoot the 3-ball, even when I was playing. So maybe a 3-2 can extend a little bit more defense for the Eagles.
Mitchell working inside. He got around Buckley. They're going to call goaltending on that play. It looks like one of the Eagles players' hands got tied up in the net. That'll be 2 points for Marlon Mitchell, 24-24. Looked like when one of the guys went up, he got his hand tangled up in the net, and the official called goaltending.
I mean, but his hand was on the bottom of the net, so I'm not sure how that interfered with the bucket overall, but he's the official.
24-24, 8:15 to go here in the first half. Been an up and down type of contest so far for both of these teams.
They're daring him to shoot the ball.
Shodamu.
And he drains it.
They dared him, and he took the shot. James Shodamu now up to 5 points with the make. Porter able to pick up the steal, and he's going to go coast to coast. Adams trying to chase it down, but Christian Porter gets the layup to go. Ian, you can clearly see the difference in opponents of who we've been playing. The amount of times the Eagles have been able to get to the basket, just a different type of basketball game, and increased athleticism as you continue to go up levels that makes it difficult to get inside.
Yeah, that's why those schedules are always great although they don't look good on the record, but when it comes time to maybe win a title in our conference, it does serve us really good.
Smith got around a man, took the shot from about 18 feet and missed that one. (28-24). Here's Ward from the corner, and he hits one. A.J. Ward, have yourself another great start. He's got 9.
Yeah, at halftime, I think I'm going to go in the locker room and talk to him. I'm going to be like, hey, I need this team intensity in the second half. He always brings it in the first half.
I don't know, though. Maybe we've said it enough. Maybe it'll just come. Maybe we should try something different.
Yeah, I'll just let it go.
That one blocked by
Great
Shodamu.
defense.
Eagles leading by 7.
Will's looking for position right now. Oh, I got tipped away, though.
Smith tried to throw it up for Kendrick, but he missed the layup. Jumper now by Bass missing. That was quite the turn of events there. It looked like Kendrick was going to slam it, missed the layup.
Coach Greg cannot be happy with that possession just now. They had I think it was a 3-on-2 fast break, and they just messed it up. Ward for another 3, just off the front of the iron.
Shodamu went up for that one. The Eagles bench wanted a push in the back. Here's Adams now. The 2-man game right there. Porter, though, able to close out on Bass in the corner. Ward stepping in and picking up the steal on the season. He averages just under a steal a game. He's got one now. It got caught quiet and it slowed down there for a second as both teams catching their breath. They go inside to Higdon. Great move from the big guy, but just misses the layup. He's had a couple of opportunities early.
Yeah, he's definitely getting the shots that he wants. He just can't knock them down right now. He should have about 12 points by now.
It seems like with every game that's being played so far, the confidence is increasing for Higdon.
And that's what we like to see, especially going into conference games. He can definitely maybe get 20 points a game in conference.
I think of a guy that back against the Bob Jones team he used to play that he kind of reminds me of. Quez Fisher inside, just a big guy
presence.
inside.
Yeah, you don't want to go in there when he's in there.
A screen now set by Higdon. That freed Lewis. He was trying to give it back to him. Here's Bass. He dumped it off, and that was Kendrick who finishes it. Kendrick now with 2. Porter, Shodamu, Ward, Higdon, and Lewis on the court for the Eagles. Lewis got inside, a foul call coming. That foul on number 2, Eric Adams. It's his first.
That was a great play, too, by Lewis. You know, he got the open lane. He kind of slowed down to make sure the foul was going to be called before going up. Just couldn't finish it or get it up at that part.
That'll put Lewis at the free throw line. He's made them all so far this season, and he hits that one right there. Lewis up to 4. Lewis hits another free throw. Austin Lewis up to 5 for the Eagles here in the early going, and their lead stretched to 7 for the first time. Still in that 2-3 zone. Good closeout there by Ward. Ian, in that 2-3 zone, if they get stretched to that side and they flip it, whose job is it to get out and cover that wing?
Say it again, sorry.
Three-pointer there, missing it. Bird came down with a rebound. Now a three-pointer there by Kendrick, and he hits it down. I was saying in that 2-3 zone, if they rotate to one side, whose job is it if they switch it to come out and cover that shooter?
It's probably going to be one of the guys to the bottom. They're going to have to switch out, and then the guy in the middle will have to sprint down to cover his backside when he goes over.
Porter, they give it to Lewis. He makes a step, takes the shot, just misses. Ugalde, though, battling for it. Ugalde goes at the basket. Buckley got it back, and he gets a foul called on him.
Great rebounding sequence there by the Eagles as well.
Foul there on Bird. Buckley, the beneficiary of the hard work there. He picked up the offensive rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line. It was a 7-point lead, now back to a 4-point lead as Buckley finds himself at the line. He knocks down the first. It's Buckley's first free throw made of the season. 34-29, 3:12 to go here in the first half. Eagles find themselves leading. Buckley, another one goes down. And he ties his career high with 4. He's had 4 a couple times in the last couple of games. Can he get more right here? Lewis trying to pick up a steal. Great hustle play there by Marlon Mitchell. A three-pointer now by Smith. Ugalde.
We're just hustling tonight. I love it.
I like it. You're absolutely right.
Ooh, nice move by Christian.
He's feeling it. He's pulling it. Buckley, though, got it back, threw it up. Man, Ugalde, something got into him. He's playing great.
Yeah.
Another foul called. I love the hustle out of Brian Ugalde. That foul on number 23. That's his third foul on Yoshi Kendrick. And that puts Ugalde at the free throw line on the season. He's shooting 33%. He hits the first, though. Small sample sizes early on this year. Brian Ugalde with 5 now. 36-29, Eagles back up by 7. Kendrick been a good player in the early going. He's got 5 for head coach Greg Faubush. He has to exit now with 3 fouls. Ugalde another free throw, and the Eagles hitting the free ones tonight. Ugalde, Ian, you asked a moment ago if that 4 was a career high. That 6 is after he hits them both. Eagles with a good start out of a couple players.
Looks like coach might have heard me. I see maybe a little of a 3-2.
They should just make you coach, Ian. Here's Boyd now with the basketball. They work it around. Smith pulls the 3, and that one goes down. Spencer Smith up to 9 now after hitting that one, and Welch College clawing their way back in within 5. Eagles were in this same position the other night against Crowley's Ridge. They found themselves leading at halftime, but it was a disappointing second half. As you see Ugalde walk, Eagles trying to settle down and get into halftime with a lead and potentially put themselves in the driver's seat to pick up their first victory of 2021. Mitchell thought about the 3 from way downtown. He gets around his man Porter. Buckley got a hand up, maybe made him think about it a little bit, and he missed the jumper. Nothing like a 6'8" man with a really long wingspan to make you think about a jumper. Ward, he's got 9 first half points. Was looking for 2 more right there, but that teardrop misses. Smith ahead, looking for Mitchell. Push right there on the floor. It's, I believe, going to be on Porter. A heady play there by the sophomore. Smith had got a pretty wide open pass there, but able to foul him and keep some points off the scoreboard. Heads up play there by the sophomore. A minute 15 to go here in half number 1. The soft touch there by Marlon Mitchell as he gets up to 4 and Welch College within 3. Eagles looking to hang on and take a lead into the locker room. Here's Ward driving. It could have been a block, but it's a foul nonetheless, and it's on Bird. It's his second, and that'll put A.J. Ward at the free throw line. Ward, the second leading scorer on this Eagles basketball team, just under 11 a game. One of the notes I have down here, we've talked about it a few times for Ward, continuing to stay aggressive. He's had some really aggressive plays, and you saw another one right there. He settled for a jump shot a couple of possessions ago, but chose to drive, and he's had some really good success driving the basketball today, Ian.
Yeah, that dribble drive is definitely working for him tonight. The defenders just can't stay in front of him right now.
Ward, though, missing both free throws. Ian, that one coming towards us. TC Nipper on the scorebook over there. A good catch. Didn't even knock down the plexiglass.
Yeah.
37-34 here. Late in the first half, Eagles continue to lead. Porter directing traffic for the Eagles. Porter from distance, off the mark. And Ugalde going to get called for the foul. It'll be just his first. But nonetheless, Ian, not a foul that you want to see them waste at this time.
Yeah, not a foul you want to give, especially with the quarter ending. He's probably going to come out.
Second foul on Ugalde after we check with the book. Eiffel trying to get the steal right there, and all he'll get for that is a foul call. Eagles haven't been whistled a lot, though, in this half, so it doesn't lead to free throws here late in the half. The Eagles, though, on the other end, though, have been in the double bonus for a long time. Eiffel this time picking up a steal. He's going to try to go the distance.
Nice move.
Nice jump over right there. As
Very
Eiffel
nice move.
again uses the basket to guard the defender. Caleb Eiffel picking up the two, and the Eagles are going to take a 5-point lead into the half. We see it again right there. Eiffel, the jab step, got across, Ian. What a play. That's something I've seen you do back in the day.
You got to do what you got to do to get open, man. There was an exceptional Euro. Is it a Euro step?
You're the basketball player.
Maybe he just added some of his own little sauce inside.
I'm just the broadcaster. But, Ian, an impressive first half for the Eagles. One of the things you definitely saw them do, they got inside at will, and they were able to get some good opportunities. You saw them go to the free throw line a couple times. A good half if you're head coach Mark Getch. Yeah,
very good half. Like you said, they're getting the shots that they want to get. The last 3 minutes, maybe not the shots that you would want to shoot. So going into the second half, we're going to need better high percentage shots. But overall, they've been getting the high percentage shots, and that resulted in what you see in the scoreboard right now.
Ian, we've seen a couple times over the last couple of nights, Eagles have gone into half with a lead or very close, and then it's quickly gotten away from them in the second half. If you're head coach Mark Getch, how do you reverse that trend?
Well, you're going to have to tell them to stay aggressive, and that's something that we always tell them. But I want to specifically talk to Will and talk to AJ. And when I say talk to Will, I just want him to take his time inside the paint, because if he had scored those maybe 3 to 4 baskets that went in and out, we would have had a larger lead. So I'm looking forward to see him come out and just take his time and kiss it off the glass and make sure it goes in.
39-34, the advantage for the Eagles as we head to the break. We'll be back to talk a little bit more about the first half in just a few moments and to go over some of the stats from that half.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing, so I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my third year, learning is so much fun, and I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places, and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here, it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life, and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
If you like to engage in ideas, if you like to know why do we believe this or that, then the Humanities department is for you. We have a broad range of classes that we offer students to help them feel well-rounded, to help them broaden their communication skills, and most important, to give them that anchor in truth so that they can go out and do whatever God calls them to do. And so that's our desire, to give our students biblical principles in which to interpret literature, in which to look at God's providential hand in history, in which to look at our current political landscape. We have the light of God's Word to give us good principles to do what is right and to make right decisions. And these biblical principles apply whether you're analyzing the history and trends of the English language or discussing the distinctives of America's founding. We have faculty who are very passionate about their fields. Many times students, they'll tell us, "I'm so grateful for the things that I learned in your class." So when we see our students going out and affecting real change, taking the ideas that we have given them to influence others, it is a great joy. If you're interested in the Humanities department and in one of our majors, come visit us during college days. Come to an advanced grammar and composition class or one of our history classes or a state and local government class. We'd love to have you come.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer, and over a dozen courses, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
And we're back here inside the nest. It's 39-34 Eagles as we get set for the second half in this game. Ian, A.J. Ward with 9. Another strong performance from him in the first half.
Yeah, very strong. You know, it's kind of expected. But what we really want is that second half. So he came to me himself. He said, hey, I got you. So I'm going to look for it and see what happens.
Ward continuing to warm up as we see him on the screen now. The Eagles, though, they did a good job the other night. You saw them shoot a lot of three-pointers. They weren't falling. But in this game, only 6 3-point shots. And, Ian, it's because they've been driving the basketball. They're shooting 45% inside, and they've had a large portion of those points inside the paint. They've been doing a good job at driving downhill and getting finishes.
Yeah, and that's what great teams do. You know, they take what the defense is giving you. Yeah, you can knock down the three, but if they're giving you wide-open layups, then take it all game. And until they stop that, then I wouldn't shoot a three unless it's wide open.
The Bigs a bit quiet, though, in the first half. Higdon had some opportunities that weren't able to finish. Might be something, a wrinkle that head coach Mark Getch tries to throw in again in the second half.
Yeah, after coming out of the locker room, I noticed he was on the court, and he had one of his teammates playing defense on him, and he was working on those layups. So you look to see him hit more of those and one layups.
And if you're Welch College, you see yourself trailing in this one. Spencer Smith, he's got 9 points. He had 29 the other day. He has to feel like he can give a little bit more here in the second half, and he's probably going to be a big part if they're able to come back and win this.
Yeah, he's a very good player, and I've been able to play against him as well. He can shoot the three ball really well, and honestly, the three ball is what is keeping them inside the game. So if they can continue to find those open shots or find those open three balls, then they can find themselves competing till the last very second.
Same starting lineup back on the floor for the Eagles. During the break, there's been a bit of confusion. The officials and the coaches coming together. The white line is actually the three-point line in college. It was supposed to switch back to the blue line this season, but with COVID and everything else that's gone on, they decided against that change. So the officials and the players all kind of getting on the same page. 39-34 as we get set to play the second half. Eagles trying to come away with their first victory of the season. Lewis starting the second half off strong with a steal right there.
Very good start. Good on-ball pressure by the defense.
They looked for Lewis. He thought three. They dish it off to Higdon. Higdon not going to pull that shot from right there. He was looking to pass the whole time. Here's Shodamu driving. Misses that one. Higdon tried to get the rebound.
You know, James, he has to hit those, man. That was a wide open layup on that one. Maybe he just gets himself going way too fast downhill, which is what he's very good at.
Higdon picks up the over-the-back call right there. Smith, Pride, Plow, Boyd, and Mitchell on the floor. Here's the three-pointer now, that time by Pride, missing it. Ward driving, missed it. Higdon got it back. He gets inside, lays it off the glass. Will Higdon. That extra defensive work at halftime paying off there for the big guy.
And good job by him to keep the ball up and not bring it down on that last play.
41-34, Eagles have continued. They're trying to get a foul called on Higdon on those drives. See, there's been a lot of contact, but the big man, we talked about this the other night, he doesn't necessarily move when the contact comes.
Yeah, for big men, it's much harder to get that foul, so for them, they probably have to sell the call a little bit more.
Higdon might need to try to go to the school of Brian Ugaldi. Ugaldi knows how to sell a foul call. They work it around. Here's Mitchell. He got inside, now kicking it back out. Smith trying to get hot from distance. Missed it, and Ward got the rebound. An opportunity there. You mentioned how hot Spencer Smith can get from behind the arc. He had a chance right there. Smith on the season, he shoots 30% from behind the arc. A lot of pressure in the backcourt from the Eagles defense, but Welch able to get it across in time. A couple of different players on the court than we saw in the first half. Ward got a hand on that one almost, but Pride knocking down the three for his first 3 points of the contest. And Welch College back within 4. Ward finding his high school teammate Lewis. Higdon tried to hang on to that one. He got hit again right there. And now Lewis picks up the foul on the other end. That'll be his second of the contest. (41-37), 17:26 to go here in half number 2. Eagles had a lead at half. They're trying to hold it here in the second half and hold on for their first win of the season. That miss by Boyd, and Lewis with another rebound. Dump pass to Shodamu. Shodamu drives, lays it up off the glass, and James Shodamu up to 7. We've already had 2 players. Buckley and Ugaldi tie their career high. Shodamu trying to do it in short order. His career high 9. He's got 7. They swing it, and Shodamu got his hand on it.
You know, the key to winning this game for us is just we're going to have to guard the 3-ball, because Welch is going to rely heavily on that 3-ball to get them in the lead and to get them to win the game. You notice they're not trying to go in, they're not trying to drive, they're just looking for that 3-ball, and they can definitely hit the shot, so we don't want to let them get going.
They don't have the size that this Eagles team has. They shoot 33% from behind the arc, so not a bad strategy. But so far the threes have not been falling. Higdon gonna set the screen for Porter, who pulls up from downtown, just off the mark. Good screen there by Higdon. He hasn't been able to get it going on offense, so he's doing the little things. Palau missing that one. Back-to-back stops from this Eagles defense. They lead by 6. They could use a few more.
You can have Eagles celebrating on the bench. Something Coach Mark Getch always encouraged them to do is to see if they can get 3 stops in a row, and that last stop was the 3rd one.
Kendrick coming back in. He's got 3 fouls for head coach Greg Faubush. Look for the Eagles to drive at the freshman from Charlotte. They'd love to see him pick up his 4th. He's had a good game already with 7. Foul called there on Mitchell. That'll be his first. And the first foul on Welch College here in the second half. Porter set to inbound the basketball. We saw Christian Porter miss that 3-pointer a couple moments ago. He's been a bit cold from behind the arc this season, 28%. Last year he shot nearly 40%. Ward spinning, threw it up. Higdon got it back. Higdon still got it. The big man. It looked like he got hit on the arm again.
He definitely did get hit on the arm.
Higdon.
I guess they said
not getting lucky in this one.
Made the first one maybe. They're playing really good defense too.
Mitchell has it taken away. They give it to Shodamu. He dishes it off to Higdon. Higdon gets inside and gets that one to go. And we're going to get a timeout. Will Higdon up to 6 after the made layup. Eagles up by 8 with 15:06 to go. We saw Shodamu get inside. Higdon backed his man down and knew just what to do with it.
That's a big boy inside the paint. There's no answer for him tonight.
Eagles lead by 8 with 15:06 to go. We'll take a break. 5:37. Higdon made that layup as we went to the timeout. Will Higdon, he's played in 13+ minutes a game in 5 of his last 6 games. And Ian, we mentioned a moment ago, his confidence seems to be growing inside.
Yeah, his confidence is growing inside. You know, he's finally starting to see that he's unstoppable from the inside. And I believe his minutes is going to go up as well as the season goes on.
Battle for that basketball, and it looks like it's going to be Welch College as Smith got his hand in there. Good hustle play by the junior from Tennessee. Smith averages just over 22 a game this season. Below inside, the runner is good, and he's got his first 2 points of the game. J.P. Pillow gets a bucket for Welch College. We saw Ward able to get to the baseline in the first half. They're doing a good job at keeping him towards the center of the court. Here's Shotomu, dared to shoot again, missing that one.
Coach can't be happy with that one.
Kendrick had a wide open layup, but missed it. Lewis splitting 2 defenders. Shotomu got up in the air, lucky to find Porter. Here's Porter, the pull-up jumper. That one just missing as it rolled around the rim. Here's Kendrick now, hits that one, and he's up to 10 with a made 3-pointer. Yoshi Kendrick knocking one down. He'd been 2 of 4 entering this contest, and he's hit 2 from behind the arc in the game. Ward driving, spinning, and he's gonna draw the foul. Foul gonna be on number 10, J.P. Pillow. And that'll send Ward to the free throw line. He missed his last 2 free throws, but he shoots 70% from the line. Eagles looking for a couple more free ones right here. Ward gets that one. Ian, probably one of my favorite sounds is when that ball goes through the net, just beautiful, and you hear the little snap of the nylon.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much better than that.
No, it was really good sound.
Ward again at the free throw line, looking to give his team a 5-point advantage. Ugaldi and Buckley checking in as Shotomu and Higdon sat. Ward hits the second one and back up to 11. We've mentioned his second half struggles. He's trying to have a good second half right here. He was able to string some together against Edward Waters College, and that led to a career-high 17-point performance. Here's J.P. Pillow, and he is able to finish the layup and gonna head to the free throw line. Foul goes on Buckley. Pillow gonna head to the free throw line. On the season, just 2 free throw attempts. He's made 1. Now he's made 2 of 3. Pillow up to 3 points now. And Welch back within 2. Eagles led by 5 at the half. Smith gonna check out as he got his clock rung. Tannehill into the contest. Eagles going to inbound the basketball from the far sideline. They've got Porter, Lewis, Buckley, Ward, and Ugaldi on the court. A good mix of defense and offense for the Eagles out there right now. Ugaldi coming at us with a head of steam right there. And if that had been in your career, you would have caught the ball, jumped over the scores table,
and go back in.
and went back and scored the basketball. I'm really glad I've got you here to protect me, though.
Yeah, I probably could have caught him.
I was looking over a little while ago, and I realized that I think you fill out this shirt a little bit better than I do. was a little jealous there for a moment. But if the fight ever broke out, you're the guy I want with me.
Yeah, I got you back, man. I got you back.
47-45, 12:20 to go. Been a good basketball game here this afternoon. It was a quick start to this one. Eagles get the ball up ahead. Ugalde running the court.
Oh, nice offensive, but he just couldn't finish it on that last play.
Ugalde, that would have been for a career high right there, but just missed the layup. Good job, though, by him to release and get out ahead of the pack. Here's a shot by Kendrick. Missing that one. Kendrick's had 2 3-pointers in this contest. He was looking for a third and a Welch College lead, but the Eagles hold on for another possession.
You probably want to see AJ go all the way with that one just now. Good pull. Oh, in and out. Nice tip.
Great job there by Buckley to tip that one out and give the Eagles another possession. Ward faked the screen, now gives the screen for Lewis. Missed it, but Buckley fighting again, and the Eagles going to maintain possession. Clayton Buckley creating extra possessions for the Eagles right now.
Yeah, he's a very strong presence in the paint right now. And on that last play, he really wanted them to give it to him because he had the position, but they just missed it. But they call it a good play for Austin Lewis, who's a really good 3-point shooter, but he just couldn't knock it down that one time. And that's going to be a charge. Yeah, you can see it from here.
Easy call right there. He tried to split his defender, but Eiffel picking up the foul call, his second. He's got 6 in this game. 47-45 in favor of the Eagles. They led by 5 at the half, and they're trying to hang on. It's been a tough opening to this season. They played 12 straight scholarship programs. This the first against an NCCAA opponent, and they're trying to get a victory, and Christian Porter wants one. He's fighting hard, and it's going to be a jump ball, Eagles basketball. A first half stretch for the ages, Ian, as the Division III didn't play early on, and JUCOs, and so that forced a lot of play against scholarship programs, and the Eagles did not fare well early on this season. Ugalde drived, protected the basketball, gave it to Eiffel, who missed the runner. Smith quickly ahead. Ward got a hand on that basketball, and I think he's going to get called for the foul. He is. First foul on A.J. Ward. And they say it was in the act of shooting. Spencer Smith going to head to the free throw line. On the season, he shoots just under 80%. Hits the first. Smith into double digits now with 10. This free throw to tie it up. And he hits that one as well, and we're back tied here inside the nest. Now Smith picking up the foul, his third foul. Offensive foul. That one on Buckley. 47-47 as the Eagles turn it over.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a close game down to the end.
You said early on tonight, you said this game could either be a blowout or a close game, and so far we've gotten a close game. The last matchup between these teams back in December of last year was a close game as well. Welch College winning that one 72-71. And that game, Woods had a chance for a layup at the end to win it, but he wasn't able to convert, Derek Woods, and the Eagles went on to lose. The Eagles lead the all-time series against the Flames 4-2. A play stoppage here as the officials come together. believe they're looking at the clock or the shot clock. They all come to agreement. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 10:17 on the game clock. It's tied here, 47-47. If you tuned in earlier, you saw a Lady Eagles victory, and the Eagles trying to do the same here against Welch College. Mitchell gives it out to Tannehill. His three, missed it. And they're going to call a foul on Shodamu. It'll be the first on James Shodamu. And that'll be the 7th foul on the Eagles, which will put Eric Adams at the free throw line. Adams on the season. He's 2 for 2, make it 3 for 3. Adams 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Buckley got the rebound. Welch College taking the lead for the first time here in the second half. The Eagles have been in this spot a couple times recently, Ian. They need to find something here to buckle down.
Yeah, if I was coach, I'd probably put Will back into the game right now.
Good job there by the freshman Eiffel, really battling underneath. And he's going to put himself at the free throw line. Foul call on Marlon Mitchell. That'll be his second. And it'll send Caleb Eiffel to the free throw line. He made 2 free throws to start this game. And he hits a third right there. Caleb Eiffel up to 7 points now, and the Eagles retie the basketball game. Eiffel 4 for 4 from the free throw line today. I got him a ribbing yesterday on Thursday over the free throw percentage, and he's coming out with a vengeance today. 4 for 4 from the line. Eiffel gets tagged for the foul. He's got 3 fouls, and with the Eagles in the bonus, that'll again put Welch College at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game, so the Eagles are going to have to play defense without using their hands, more so their bodies. Otherwise, Welch could easily go away with this game.
Eiffel gets it to Ward as the Eagles able to get it in bounds. Welch College has dialed up the defensive pressure here as of late. Buckley sets the big pick as Eiffel drives. He dishes it off. Buckley able to get it to go. That was a shot we saw him take the other night and not be able to convert. He converts it right there.
Yeah, you got the soft touch going on that last play.
Smith now trying to answer, and he does. Spencer Smith with a big 3. He's up to 14. And this one going back and forth. Each team landing haymakers right now. We'll see who's left standing at the end of this one. Shodamu nearly had it taken away. Here's Ugaldi driving at the rack and finishing. Brian Ugaldi with 8, and the Eagles regain the lead. Shodamu almost lost it right there. Ugaldi got it, beat Smith, and got to the glass. Mitchell, a cross-court pass to Tannehill, blocked by Shodamu. That's the second time you've seen him do that today.
Yeah, good block.
Ugaldi again to the basket.
Nice.
And again, he gets it to go. Brian Ugaldi, a career-high 10 points. He's into double figures for the first time, and the Eagles have a 4-point lead. Ugaldi got it in transition, and again, lays it off the glass. Head coach Mark Getch, a quick timeout right there. The Eagles lead this one by 4 as we take a break. As we come back, the Eagles find themselves leading this one by 4. There's 7:36 to go. A long way between a victory for the Eagles. Got it to go right there. That was Pelot. He's got 5. Shodamu driving, kicking. Lewis thought about the corner 3. He spins now. Just missed that one.
Good defense by the Eagles just now, stuck in that fast break there by Welch.
Inside, Higdon backing his man down.
That's too easy right there, and that's what we want. Eagles having some fun with it. You can hit the bench.
Eagles wanted a call over here, but fortunate for them, it was Porter who got it to Higdon, and he finished it. Eagles back up by 4, and the bench really getting into it. They sniff a victory, and they want one. Mitchell, a hard layup right there, and it's a 2-point contest. Eagles take a 4-point lead. Welch answers. We'll see what they've got on this possession, and it's going to be a foul call this time on J.P. Pelot. It'll be his second. Eagles still with the basketball as we tick under 6 to go. They have a 2-point lead now.
Nice.
Porter, I think he wanted to dish that off to Higdon, but Higdon didn't roll as much, and so Porter had to just throw one up there.
Now we just got to work on getting some stops now. We can't be trading baskets this late in the game. 2 stops in a row would probably do us really good.
Foul call right there. It'll be on Porter, and that'll put Pelot at the free throw line. He's hit 1 from the charity stripe already. Pelot knocks them both down. He's got 7 points, and as if neither team can get it above 4, it's back to 2. Kendrick able to keep that one alive, but throws it out of bounds on this side. Adams and Lewis dap it up right there after they collided as they both chased down the rebound. No ill will there. Lewis to inbound from just in front of the scorer's table over here near the Welch College bench. Porter with the basketball as he brings it across half court. Mitchell flanking Porter as they try to keep him from taking a 3-point shot. Ward, he's got 11. Took the shot right there. Shodamu just hung in the air. Got the rebound, but then had the turnover. Smith's runner, no good. They give it out to Ward. He gives it back to Porter. They dish it inside to Higdon. We'll finally get a foul call, but this time it's offensive on Higdon.
I don't know about that call. That's just a big body against a small body. And he might have sold it a little bit too.
Offensive foul there. On offensive fouls, you don't shoot free throws if you're in the bonus. 59-57, 4:35 to go. The Eagles continue to lead. Can they hang on? Here's the jumper by Adam, short, and Porter coming up with the rebound. Higdon setting the screen for Ward. He drives to the basket.
Nice move.
Count it.
Very
and
good
the
move.
foul. A.J. Ward, what a move right there.
That's a very good move. Started off with the crossover. Here it is again. Oh, it went, but started off with a nice crossover, and he got the open lane and finished it with the left hand. Nice move.
Higdon, I believe, had a screen in that play too, but Ward able to get to it. We see it again. Higdon was going to screen, but Ward denied it, left it alone, and drove to the basket. He gets to the free throw line. A.J. Ward up to 13 now and going to head to the free throw line to try to get one more. Fourth foul on Yoshi Kendrick. That's big for Welch College. Kendrick has had 10 points in this game and has been very good on defense. A.J. Ward at the free throw line. He hit his last 2 free throws. He hits that one. Ward having a good second half after a strong first half. Coach Greg Faubish left with a decision on when to insert Kendrick back into this one. He's got 4 fouls. Eagles lead by 5. Smith trying to answer, and yes, he does. 17 points now for Spencer Smith as he drains the corner 3. And just like that, it's back to a 2-point game. Higdon, another big screen. Porter open, this time a 3. But that one off the mark. Smith was looking for Reardon. He tried to throw it off a Ward, but it goes out of bounds, and the Eagles going to have it just inside of the Welch College bench. Ian, you were just up by 5. Smith hit that 3-pointer. If you're the Eagles coming back on offense, what are you looking to do here late in this game as you try to secure a victory?
Well, on the offensive end, I'm looking to get high percentage shots. Nothing rush, not something forced. You know, you want shots that you get, not what the offense gives you.
A.J. Ward, have yourself a day. Another and one for the sophomore.
Definitely showing up in the second half this time, and here it is again on the screen.
He got inside. He works around. He draws the contact and finishes the bucket. A.J. Ward was 16. This free throw to tie his career high was 17. And he hits it. Back-to-back 17-point games from A.J. Ward, and the Eagles lead by 5 again as chance of defense ring out from the Eagles bench. Smith splits a man, got inside, Higdon.
Big block.
The denial, and Higdon with the steal. It's been a frustrating day for Higdon on offense, but a big defensive play right there. The Eagles lead by 5, looking to stretch it. Higdon trying to get open inside, and they finally call a foul call on Welch. Higdon has to probably get a smile after that one. He's holding one back. Foul goes on Boyd. You see that rejection again by
on the floor
Higdon.
as well, too.
The big man doing it all. Higdon has 8 points in the contest. These 2 free throws looming large for this Eagles team as they try to build on this narrow 5-point lead. Eiffel and Shotomu in as Lewis and Porter get a breather. Higdon at the free throw line. That one rolls around.
Nice
Ward
tip.
got it back. Higdon misses it. Ugaldi, though, another offensive rebound.
Smart play by AJ just now to not force a shot and just reset the ball, take some time off the clock. Definitely what we needed. He has 9 seconds to shoot, though. Hopefully we can capitalize. And it comes back to him.
Ward was looking for a 20-piece McNugget right there if he had hit that
could
one.
have easily been a foul, too, on Brian. He got pushed in the back a little bit.
Eiffel gets called for the foul. That'll be 4 on him. I'm a big chicken nugget guy from McDonald's. They've got a 20-piece right now, and Ward, I think, is sniffing a 20-piece. I might have to hook him up with one if he can finish it off. Kendrick getting the 2. He's playing with 4 fouls right now. Lewis and Porter, after the quick breather, both back in. The starting lineup back on the floor for the Eagles as they look to try to seal this one. Another free throw by Kendrick. He's got 13 in the contest, and he's keeping his team in it. 65-62. Eiffel telling his teammates over here not to rush. They have the lead. There's a minute 42 to go. 15 seconds in the shot clock as Ward turns downhill, and he's going to head to the free throw line. Foul on number 12, Harrison Boyd, and that'll put Ward again at the free throw line. He's hit 4 free throws in this game. Hitting that one as well, and he has a 4-point lead and a new career high. A.J. Ward, he had 17 on Thursday, 18 today, and the Eagles lead by 4.
Yeah, you might need to get him that 20-piece nuggets after all.
Ward hitting that one, and he's got 19. Eagles back up by 5, a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Ian, the Eagles have been in this situation before. You've seen them wilt under the pressure, but behind the leadership of A.J. Ward, they're hanging around, they're keeping the lead right now and doing a great job at that.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job at keeping the lead, and guys like, well, A.J. Ward, he's definitely showing up in the second half, and it's definitely turned out to be what we expected. You know, when he didn't show up in the second half, we'd usually be down, but he's here now, and we're up by 5, so hopefully we can hold on to this lead and come up with our first W.
I would also dare say, though, too, it's been the Eagles' defense that's been extremely strong. I think of guys like Shodamu and Ugaldi who've really stepped up in this contest, provided some strong defense, some stops, and I know that's something head coach Mark Getch preaches about.
Yeah, the defensive end is very good as well, and there's some new effort tonight because everyone is hitting the floor tonight, so they want those loose balls, and they're winning the loose balls, and so that's definitely playing aside the score count right now as well.
67-62 as we come back out of the timeout. It's Welch College basketball. A minute 30 to go. A minute 30 separates these two teams, and one of them will walk away a victor today. Both teams still searching for their first victory. For the Eagles, it's been a long time coming if they can come away with it. Ward, great closeout on Smith. They're looking to get it to him. Smith over Ugaldi. And that one hits nothing, but a heads-up play by Harrison Boyd. They try to get it in. They're able to get it in. Adams. Smith, his three-pointer, in and out, and Ward snatching the nasty rebound right there.
I think we're going to end up playing the foul game in a second.
They get it inside to Higdon, but he couldn't control it. They're going to keep it. Lewis checking back in for Shodamu. This might be another place to dial up A.J. Ward again.
Nice play. But he called an illegal screen. Wow, he took it out. He took it from him.
They called the screen on Higdon. I called that one right there. Ward got to the basket, but Higdon called for the foul after what I'm sure has been an extremely frustrating day. We'll see it again. And I didn't see much right there. We'll just say it that way, 67-62. It looked like the Eagles had an easy basket.
Nice. Well, I guess, as you mentioned in the last game, the ball doesn't lie.
Normally that's on shots, but right there I think it works.
Smart play by Higdon to pull it out and just waste some time off the clock.
Lewis, not bad hands to have it in.
You got to go to it, yeah. Nice.
The big man deserves that one after what's been a difficult game. The dish off by Ugaldi, and the Eagles up by 7. Higdon with 10. We saw Ugaldi. He got it, Higdon got open, and he just laid in the easy one.
You can see the bench all on their feet right now. They're smelling victory for the first time this season. It has to be a good feeling for the Eagles.
It's been a long time since the last Eagles victory. Smith gets that one to go right there, and we'll get a timeout if the Eagles are able to come away victorious. Ian, I've done the math, and we'll talk about how long it has been for this Eagles team. But so far, playing extremely well in this one. A full timeout. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with the conclusion of the second half and hopefully the first victory of the season for the Eagles. Eagles trying to get the ball in bounds. They get it to Lewis. Now Porter fouled. And if you're Lewis, you probably wanted to try to keep that basketball. He hasn't missed a free throw yet this season, but he gives it up to Porter, and that'll put Christian Porter at the free throw line. Make sure you stick around after this one. It's shaping up to be a bit of a celebration as the Eagles look like they're going to win this game, but never say never in the game of basketball. Things can change in a hurry. Porter at the free throw line needs to hit these free throws. Misses the first right there.
Garen Araby and number 20, Jackson Matley.
Ward and Lewis exiting. A.J. Ward going to exit with a career-high 19 points in this game. Porter gets the second one, and it's a 6-point advantage for the Eagles. Don't foul right here. And Ugalde does that. 3 fouls on Ugalde, and with both of these teams, they've been in the bonus, it feels like, this entire half, Ian. That'll put Mitchell at the free throw line. You want to keep the clock running in these situations. Mitchell's first free throw misses, and we get closer. He misses it intentionally. It doesn't hit the rim, and it'll be Eagles basketball underneath. They set the clock to 12.8. It's 70-64. Eagles. They got it to Matney, and he's fouled. Jack Matney, who just checked in, he hasn't taken a free throw yet this season. He's coming to this side and going to try to stretch this Eagles lead even further. (70-64). Matney hitting the first free throw. He gets his name on the stat book. Buckley also in.
Clayton Buckley.
As head coach Mark Getch continues the parade of strong performers, we've seen Lewis and Ward exit. Now you see Higdon exit, who finishes with his second consecutive 10-plus point game. Matney knocks that free throw down. 8-point lead for the Eagles. Smith just trying to find something late. Pillow gets the rebound. He gets the layup. He's got 9. And we'll get a timeout as if this game couldn't end. 72-66 timeout. Welch College, a coach timeout. 30-second timeout. Ian, we'll go ahead and talk our way through this one. It feels really good to be on the precipice of potentially winning this game. It's been a long time coming for this Eagles basketball team.
Yeah, it definitely feels good, and I'm getting goosebumps here like I'm playing, so I'm pretty sure the Eagles are very excited to get their first W of the season.
It's been a crazy time since the last time the Eagles won, all the way back on February 20th of last season, February 20th, 2020. Who would have guessed at that point what was about to unfold? The Eagles had a great schedule, maybe shaping up for some early season victories this year, but with COVID and changes of plans, they end up playing 12 straight scholarship programs. They go 0-12 to open the season, but the first time against an NCCAA opponent, it feels like we're right back at home as they hope to come away with a victory, and it looks like they've already put the nail in the Flames' coffin. They got it to Ugalde.
He tried to shoot it to be in the active shooting.
Porter getting a good chuckle out of that one. 72-66. This game doesn't want to end. Ugalde, though, 5 fouls on Spencer Smith now. Ugalde going to head to the free throw line, and he's already passed his career high of 6. He's got 10 points in this contest, looking to continue to add to that. Brian Ugalde, I have a note down here. He's an excellent defender, but really known as that pass-first type of guard. Today, he's been ultra-aggressive and able to create some opportunities, and a big reason why the Eagles are going to come away victorious in this one.
Yeah, and going forward, you like to see him look to score more often. You know, you can continue to be a fast first guard, but if you have a wide open layup, don't give it up just to pass. You know, you want to see him score those buckets.
Ugalde's second free throw on the way. That one goes down as well. 2.3 seconds left, and that is going to do it here in the nest. Eagles come away victorious in their first victory, and I dare say at 325 days, the Eagles victorious in this one, but this one has to feel good.
Yeah, it definitely feels good, like I said earlier, and you like to see the Eagles turn this losing streak, and now it's a winning streak. You like for them to continue the winning streak going into next week.
We're going to take a quick moment now to look at a few highlights from this game, and me and Ian will be back in a moment to talk about what you just saw in what ended up being a victory for the Eagles. Ian, this one has to feel good if you're the Eagles. They go into that locker room I mentioned a few moments ago, 325 days in between victories, and who would have guessed what had happened during that stretch of games. But to win this game out here today, your first NCCAA matchup of this new season, has to feel great.
Yeah, 325 days is definitely a long time. It's a drought. So I'm guessing that they're probably screaming and celebrating in the locker room right now. Coach is probably screaming and celebrating as well. It definitely does feel good for the Eagles to finally get a victory.
Ian, there was a number of strong performers in this game. Ugalde, Higdon, others, but I can't not talk about the play of A.J. Ward in this one. We've joked at length the last couple of nights about his strong first half performances, but not so much in the second half. Tonight, he flipped the script on that one, and he's a big reason on why the Eagles came away victorious.
Yeah, A.J. Ward, definitely a good player from PCA. He finished the game with 19 points, almost at 21, but had those last 2 points taken away from him by an illegal screen. Going forward, I believe that in the conference, he can definitely show up in the first and the second half, as he did tonight. He's shooting really well, so I believe he's going to do good.
Ian, upcoming week, you travel, you play Johnson University of Florida, and then Bob Jones and Toccoa. You're excited. Actually, not Toccoa, but Bob Jones this coming weekend. you're excited to continue to play NCCAA opponents and to potentially continue to assert yourself in the South region.
Yeah, and especially coming off of this first win inside the NCCAA game conference, it has to feel good, and you want to continue the winning streak going forward.
I promised A.J. Ward a 20-piece chicken McNugget if he was able to finish off the 20-point game. He didn't do it, but I'm feeling generous tonight after picking up a victory, so I think I'm going to have to pick him up one.
You know, maybe you can just get the 20-piece nuggets and take one out of it.
There we go. I'll eat one. As you can tell, I enjoy myself some chicken nuggets. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. The first victory of the season for the Eagles. We got 2 victories today. The women's team winning earlier. The men's team, though, winning 74-66 in this nightcap. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you back out here next time.
It's game time.